Welcome to Division Rivals. I'm Kenny Weber.
I'm Dwight Murphy Jr. I'm Lucas Cestro, dude.
And I'm Gabe Cohan.
And I got to start this right away. I owe Gabe an apology.
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
Preseason sucks, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what? You know what it was? I was in a haze of there was something on the TV that had jerseys of football. It had a lot of the things that you want in like a football game, but preseason does suck. I'm completely over it, and I feel like I'm just ready. I'm ready for these last like 10 days or however long it is to play out so we can have some real football.
You know it's bad when they're just hunting for storylines, and the only big thing that comes across happens in Buffalo.
You know it's bad when you're on the NFL app and there's a video suggestion that says reasons why you should watch preseason week 3.
I gotta say I'm loving it, guys. I gotta be honest.
That's true. You do tend to enjoy it when your team does good in the preseason.
Yeah.
Or when you have an infant and it's a distraction.
100%.
Oh yeah.
It's more so the infant thing for sure. I miss football. That's all.
So you've been having fun?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just nice to know that these games are on the way. You know what I mean? I told you guys before we record, I've also been watching Ballers at the same time that preseason's been happening. And it's Hard Knocks season. Every team has their own version of Hard Knocks on YouTube. It's like they all do the same thing. So it's like I've just been watching.
Here's a hot take. I'm over Hard Knocks.
Yeah. No, you can't be over Hard Knocks, man.
You're over Hard Knocks as a series, or you're
Yeah, as a series.
You guys are about to get it though. They're about to do the Cardinals.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just over it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I'm just over it.
So that's what's put him. Put him.
Those commercials for the Arizona Hard Knocks are badass. It's just like one dude working out. Like it's just one player every.
Yeah, it's DeAndre Hopkins on PEDs just squatting. Yeah.
Hey, that's why he's working out so hard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I do miss the narrator though. Narrating as if it's like National Geographic. It's like the football player takes the 3-point stance and demolishes.
That's why I'm in it, man. Yeah. It's like a jungle in there,
bro. I'd love to see him narrate. Okay, today not a super significant play, but Giants are playing the Jets.
Yeah,
Antonio Williams, who by the way is having a pretty good preseason because it's very important. He's running the ball. He breaks one tackle, but then the second tackle, Quan Alexander, comes out of nowhere and murders him. Like runs right through him. Ball pops out. I think we got the ball back. Yeah. So not a very significant highlight, but I would love to see that get narrated. Like Quan Alexander approaches and he is hungry.
Yeah, well, we haven't had if we had Hard Knocks this season, they would have done that, but we wouldn't. We didn't. They're like qualifications, you for the show. Like they don't just like.
Yeah, and the Detroit Lions got it over you guys.
Yeah. Well, you can't have a first-year head coach.
That's right. Yeah,
and if you just got in the playoffs, they don't pick you. If you just got in the playoffs, they don't pick you. And there's something else. But yeah, so
see, at the same time, I would want to see like what the pressure's like for a team that either just won the Super Bowl or made it to Super Bowl, and now they're expected to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what they did. I think the very first season, but yeah, then they made because the very first season was the Ravens who had just won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
but but after that, they don't pick you if you just went to the playoffs.
You know what my favorite football kind of like way to watch highlights probably still to this day has ever been is I don't know if they still do it because I don't watch it anymore, but the old Inside the NFL when it was like on Showtime, and it would have I believe the NFL Films narration is what it would be. That's like those highlights are the best, and how they would like explain the game.
Yeah, like while they're playing and everything.
Yeah, like it would be that. I think those are my favorite highlights.
I just loved it too because you'd hear some like a symphony while this dude was just breaking tackles. It's like
100%. Like if the background music would be like classical music.
Yeah,
it would be pretty amazing. Like I like those. I like those a lot better. Everything's now made more for the like short. It's getting the information across as quickly as possible. Kind of like the
TikTok
social media.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's why they made Red Zone. Which, by the way, hats off to you. Like I used to be like, oh man, is it weird to like Red Zone because then you're not appreciating the full game? But there's certain games you just can't watch. Like, there's certain games you fall asleep watching. Like it just happens.
Well, that's why I feel like you have to have money on those games or fantasy football players on those games. That's going to make it more interesting and shit. But yeah, just watching certain games for no reason, like a Dolphins-Bengals game.
I'd watch that this year.
Yeah, I know. I said as I was saying. So I was like, okay, fine. Let's say 2017 Dolphins.
Do you ever think
Bengals.
you live in a world where the
Dolphins and Bengals are interesting?
What is like the worst game, which I would still watch over like baseball or something like that? Like,
of course.
In football right now, what would the worst game be?
Jags
Jags,
Texans,
Lions?
which happens twice a year. Jags Texans.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
right.
watching
Yeah,
a
you're
single
right.
one of
Tough one.
those.
Let me think.
I would for sure watch that over like
the Commanders and
The Seahawks, maybe. This coming
Seahawks
this
gonna
coming
be-
Yeah,
season.
you're right.
Geno Smith is the starter.
Yeah.
I like Geno.
The thing about the
Not a
Seahawks,
lot.
bro, those teams in that conference play their conference games really tough.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Well, everybody does. There's no.
No, but see, okay, back up. Like Texans, Jags, they don't fucking ball out. You know, like
Well, it's just because none of us have any, like, we have so many degrees of separation between care for us to actually care about those games. The Texans, even like the Seahawks, Niners.
Wait, do you think the Seahawks are going to play the 49ers tough or the Rams?
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah, because even last season
with
where
Geno?
Yeah. Well, the Niners used to
you're
do
right,
it.
we're talking about Geno, but
the Niners used to do it when they weren't good, and like
Right.
the Seahawks are good. They would still give like they would still go in and give the Seahawks trouble. Yeah.
Well, Kyle Shanahan coaching though, right? You know what I mean?
Well, that's before Kyle Shanahan, right?
Before him was Jim.
even back to the what does that do? Mike Singletary days. Like the Niners were still going in on
can't
all
win
their
with
rivals.
them.
I think every
Patrick Willis.
division is tough. The only people who really had a lockdown on that, and that's just because he's insane, is Bill Belichick and the Patriots, where they would just demolish their division every single time. But division games are always like tough games for them, for everybody. Like, do you think there really is an exception to that?
Like, well, I don't know. There would always be like a one weird loss the Patriots would have every season
To the Dolphins.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, isn't it wasn't there that freaking flea flicker miracle play?
Yeah. And they had Gronk in the secondary.
DB.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
All right. Since this is a weird week, but we weren't able to record last week, but we're back this week, and I think we should do just updates on how we feel going in, because our next episode is going to be our actual week 1 preview, how we feel going in, our team and our fantasy team.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go ahead. Gabe, you're up first.
The Cardinals posted a viral TikTok of Hollywood, Kyler, and DeAndre Hopkins playing walk toss. I don't know what the hell they called
Walk ball,
it.
baby.
Walk ball.
Walk ball, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Marquise Brown was cheating. He was harshly walking, if not borderline jogging, to beat Kyler Murray.
Wait, are you saying he's speeding on TikTok?
I guess he
It's in his blood.
actualized
It's in his
that
blood.
a little too hard in his real life. But you know how I feel. I don't feel good about the Cardinals. I think they're going to be a big disappointment this year. We lost Chandler Jones. We lost our best defensive player, J.J. Watt. I know he's back and healthy, but like, what's a healthy J.J. Watt at this point? We keep drafting middle linebackers who don't start. So I don't know. I don't feel great. I really don't feel good at all. DeAndre Hopkins out 6 games. Watching Hard Knocks is going to be a hard knock for me. Really, I'm kind of disappointed. I don't feel good. If I had to predict record, I'd say right around 500. So 7-9, 9-7 in that range, or 8-9. Sorry, I docked the game. 8-9, 9-8.
You can't go 500 anymore, man.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I'm not feeling great. On the fantasy side, also don't feel great. Don't feel good at all on either counts. So I'm looking forward to football. Back to you, Kenny.
It baffles me. 11 games last year. All right, 12 games. 12 games.
Okay, we were 10-1. and we
10-1,
finished
yeah.
11-7.
That's 11. Hey, 11.
That's
11. That's 11 games.
That's a tough break.
That's called a slide, you know?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
If we're playing shoots and ladders, we're hitting a lot more shoots on that one.
But I mean, okay. I mean, yeah. So I mean, maybe DeAndre Hopkins with the PDs. All right, that's a little upsetting. You know what I mean? Marquise Brown speed, but it doesn't seem like it's affected. He's been at camp, right? He's been getting it right on time.
Oh,
Also,
jolly.
I heard it's kind of bullshit that he got cow PDs because it wasn't like a crazy substance. You know what it was?
I know it tested very low for it, and regardless, like I saw the slander where people are shitting on the league for popping him for it, but it's like it was still in your system. I don't know. I'd obviously prefer if he played. Like, yeah, duh.
Man,
we were very good when he was healthy.
Appeal down.
No,
I hope so. Yeah,
that.
for sure. I got him on my fantasy. I need this fucking appeal.
Get the appeal down and
way.
have it increased to 11 games like someone else.
Because apparently it takes
His
nothing. He's
old
like
running mate back in Houston.
he was like, dude, I don't even take vitamins. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's there's a lot more potential in Arizona than I think coming out of. I would honestly say our two teams.
I would be
You know what I mean?
ecstatic if I was an Arizona fan. Yeah,
That's
maybe not
that's
ecstatic.
a
Wait a
like,
second.
stupid
I would
statement.
be excited.
Hold on. You think that there's more upside coming out of Arizona than upside coming out of Dallas?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you
did.
said
Yeah.
that both of our teams. I think there's more upside coming out of Arizona.
Yeah, man, you lost Tyron Smith. Dude,
sure.
Tyron Smith went down.
100%,
Yeah.
and which I was going to get to when I
That's
talk about
tough.
my team, but I still think there's more upside on the Cowboys than the Cardinals.
Okay, all right.
Just being, and that's not
Okay,
even,
well, they had a bigger loss though.
Yeah, but they also have better players.
yeah, like across the board.
I don't know. You
I
see
don't
that
know if you
receiving
have-
core?
yeah.
Your receiving core is way better in Arizona than
Sure
the
it
Cowboys.
is,
The
but-
only person who's caught a pass in the NFL is CeeDee Lamb on the team.
The quarterback is better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, let's not
Kyler
kid
Murray is
ourselves.
better than Dak, is what.
Yeah, but-
and more
definitely,
versatile for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
But
100%.
and this is a huge but. Micah Parsons is Defensive Player of the Year caliber. The Cardinals lost their best defensive player. We don't have a good defense currently.
Well, without Chandler Jones, it is very your defense is very suspect. I'll give you that for sure. But I mean,
He's not the entire defense though. They still have other pieces on the defense.
Patrick
Just-
Peterson.
just so
no,
I don't,
no, he's on the Vikings.
just so I don't sound like an insane like Homer Cowboys fan in that. Like I also am higher on the Cardinals than Gabe is. I was going to ask before Dwayne said that. I was going to ask, are you generally pessimistic on your sports teams though, Gabe?
No, not the Dodgers or the Suns.
Okay.
I thought the Suns were going to win the finals last year, and then
I would be more
Lined up.
disappointed in the Suns than I would be the Cardinals. Based
well, the
off
Cardinals have a history of disappointment,
So-
and the Suns exceeded expectations.
Yeah, I guess.
But-
If you're,
No, let's approach this from a logical standpoint. What do you think the Cardinals' record is going to be? Because they have 4 games against the Niners and Rams combined.
right.
They were the 2 seed in the division last year, meaning they're playing every other 2 seed from the divisions that they're playing against. They have a very hard schedule.
Oh, yeah, they do. I mean, your schedule is harder based off of your wins from the year before. So, I mean, I'll give you that.
The Niners are better than them in the division.
Uh-huh.
Rams are obviously better than them in the division.
I don't know.
We don't-
I don't know if the Niners
Yeah.
are better because we don't know what Trey Lance is yet.
It doesn't matter. You have Kyle Shanahan.
It does-
He's
no,
the
it
best
does
coach
matter.
in football. No,
Dude,
you just
the quarterback-
you run the football with a motion offense, like what they do
Well.
every single season. They did it with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, but Jimmy Garoppolo still has
Twice.
to make clutch throws, which I'm not saying Trey Lance can or can't do.
clutch
We just don't know.
I
So
definitely,
maybe they
definitely agree
maybe
with you
they
on that.
maybe they split the games with San Francisco.
Okay.
Regardless,
yeah, split that.
I'd say the Niners roster is more talented than the Cardinals.
It's
Defensively, yeah, but
And
offensively,
offensively. Are you kidding me?
I
Debo
mean,
Samuel,
Debo-
Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Elijah
Yeah,
Mitchell.
but I mean, again, you're overlooking Marquise Brown. All right,
And
first
D-Hop.
of all, all right,
D-Hop,
and
yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins,
Who's
that
out
you have.
six
and
games.
Zach
Yeah.
Ertz.
Oh, great.
I
Zach
can't
Ertz,
wait.
Trey
Zach
McBride.
Ertz, yeah, that's right, Mr. Julie Ertz. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the soccer
I
lady,
can't
she
believe
plays
we're
the soccer.
selling
Yeah.
him on his team. It's like, well, No. Okay.
I don't know. I don't
How do you
understand
feel
the
about the Giants?
logical.
Arizona, forget that.
I don't understand the approach you guys are like. I'm trying to break this down seriously. Like we play hard teams that are better than us.
I feel as if that's more of that contract controversy talking than how bad your team is,
We were
because you
always
have a
gonna sign
talented
Kyler.
roster, but that contract situation has really put a negative light on the Cardinals as a whole. That's where I'm.
I mean, who's like Kyler is definitely more talented than whoever the Niners have at quarterback. Sure, but Kyler also fades over the second half of every season. Until he doesn't, I'm going to believe he fades or gets hurt.
But he's such a young player. It's hard. What's he had 2 full years as a starter? 3?
Yeah.
So you can't really call it a trend at this point.
What do you need for a trend?
I need him to play for 15 years.
Yeah,
right.
What?
Before I really
if he were in college, he'd be coming into senior year. This is the year.
I mean, well, you first of all, if you listen to Kyler explain it, he has been God's gift to football. All right, so you know what I mean.
Which is also a concern.
That's he's listening.
That's Tom Brady.
But I love how he leans into it. He's like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna call plays. We're gonna."
That's it. He is calling plays now and everything. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot. There's still there's a lot of room. I just feel like you should celebrate coming off of like a playoff situation. Maybe spoken for as a team that hasn't seen much playoff success recently. You know what I mean? I would be a little bit more
like our best case scenario is the Giants is we become the Bengals of last year.
Like if we do 7-9, it's gonna be like, man, do you know how amazing we're how happy it's gonna be to go 7-9?
We're trending up. We have the right people in the building. This is crazy. We haven't had the right people in the building for like 6-8 years.
Actually, this year will be 7-10, so it'll be still. You know what I mean?
All right. So Lucas, tell me about how you feel about your fantasy team first.
Okay, fantasy team. I am gonna have to go through 3 big suspensions. I got Deshaun Watson, I got DeAndre Hopkins, and I have Alvin Kamara, who might get suspended. So I got 6 games for sure on one. I got 11 on one, and then the other guy might get 6. Who knows? And it might come at some random point in the season because I have to wait for the trial. So it sucks because those are big players. But other than that, I'm feeling okay. I might need to get a few more trades in just to get some of that capital back. Like right now, I gave away a lot of capital to Kenny to get Elijah Mitchell. I hope it pays off. It's not going to make or break my season, but, I don't have a ton of starting running backs. I pick up Raheem Mostert, who fell to me. Someone dropped him, but I'm stoked for him. He's going to be a committee, sure, but, he could still become the starter, whatever that means, air quotes. And we'll see. But I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic, just like I am about the Giants. Perfect segue.
Wait, and then Dwayne, you tell me what you feel about your fantasy team.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to have you guys start talking about the Giants because you both end up talking about the Giants whenever you do it. So I'm going to have you then talk about the Giants. Obviously, you can each talk, but it'll end up being together.
My fantasy team is going to be amazing.
All right.
I think my fantasy team is I like it. I'm definitely in business for everybody in the league listening. You know what I mean? It's just saying, talk to your boy. I like shopping around my players, seeing who's ready to do some deals. You know what I mean? My team is building for
the future.
The future, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm ready to admit to being a contender this year, but yeah. So I like, I like my team in that regard.
And then how are the Giants going to do this year? And this can't just be. I'm going to be. If you guys are the opposite of Gabe, and all I hear is positivity from you guys. I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
I mean, how come you can't believe, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You know what I mean? How do you feel? Don't you feel like I believe?
I believe, dude.
You know what I'm
today we did very well with our second string against the Jets' first string.
Well, if that ever has to happen in the regular season, where your whole second string has to come in against the first string of the Jets, you guys know you'll be okay then.
I mean, it's possible. You know.
I mean, if we just have that kind of competition, it's only natural that our starter is going to be that much better.
Yeah, which means we are developing talent. All right, that is what that means.
Square.
All right, exactly. I think that means again building for the future. I think that's a perfect
Square peg beat round hole.
I have a lot of reasons to be positive because they're finally like all on the same page. I feel like the players are really hungry. Saquon's hungry, dude. I'm very excited to see him play. Kenny Galladay, I don't know, man. I just saw a stat that you're not gonna believe this. The whole preseason, he got 1 catch for 6 yards.
Yeah.
He's played in every game, multiple series per game. I don't know, dude. I thought even Tyrod would throw it to him.
He's the highest paid wide receiver this season.
Yeah, that's absurd.
In the league?
In the league.
Yeah, which makes it impossible to trade him. And even if you like trade him and eat some of his salary, like teams are just like, oh, really? Like,
Well, he's not doing anything worth trading for.
luckily, we have 6 weeks to showcase him. Hey, Daniel Jones, go do your thing. Throw that deep ball. Just toss it up. He'll catch half of them, whatever. We're just going to send a fucking
Daniel
highlight
Jones,
reel.
do your thing, become concussed.
That's good. He's not going to be trying to truck people in in the end zone this year. All right, so I think he'll protect himself with that.
I think he saw Josh Allen got a little too excited. He's like, white quarterbacks who do this now? Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Josh Allen has really been feeling himself in practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Been like choking defensive linemen. Just
I heard he said the N-word.
Yeah, he might. I mean, honestly, you play as well as he does. Hey, you know what I mean? I feel like that's how football should work. You know what I'm saying?
Josh Allen or Sidney Sweeney.
Yeah. Josh Allen or what? Who's that name? Riley Cooper? Yeah. So,
Didn't Aaron Donald just throw a helmet at practice?
2 helmets. 2 helmets. Bengals versus Rams joint practice.
Shut down practice, right?
Yeah.
Like they ended practice.
Yep.
Now, let me question to the table. Does anybody else find it very, I don't know, was it a little very gauche that both of the Super Bowl people had like a joint practice, like kind of just being like,
yeah, it stoked the flames. It's like, why are they practicing against it? They just
doesn't make
lost
sense.
The Super Bowl.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the first team.
I mean, just the fact that could be the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Like you usually don't have those types of teams like play each other in preseason. Do those like for this very reason. Like, why would you have them practicing? I don't know. It just it doesn't make sense.
It's the same reason that when Deshaun Watson comes back from his oddly 11 numbered game suspension, he's playing his old team.
Yeah. He's playing the Texans, right?
They look at it as like, no one's going to watch the fucking preseason. Let's do a Super Bowl rematch. Maybe they'll watch it. Look, it'll be week 2. Maybe they'll play the starters week 3, whatever the fuck.
I mean, that's why Baker got the starting job in Carolina, right? I mean, they're playing the Browns week 1. Of course, they were gonna make that happen. And now Sam Darnold got hurt, which I think they let him get hurt on purpose. Why not?
High ankle sprain.
Go practice at MetLife.
100%. That's exactly what I was gonna say. They sent him to the Giants stadium. They're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Since you lost your starting job, you got to go run the bleachers at MetLife. No, actually, they run across the field at MetLife, and then you got to go to the Commanders Stadium and run the bleachers.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah.
Speaking of Commanders, they had I thought it was wide receiver, but Gabe was saying running back.
Brian Robinson
Got shot multiple times.
Jesus Christ! Wait, when was that? When did this happen?
Today.
Today?
This evening. Ron Rivera said he's all right and expected to make full recovery.
Oh my gosh, that is
It was an attempted robbery.
Man.
Damn. I always forget how fucked up DC is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like, oh yeah, DC, fucking Capitol Hill, all our fucking nation's leaders are there.
Chocolate City.
Yeah, that's right. But no, DC is straight. It's nuts out there, man. They will rob their own football players. That is absolutely
That's crazy.
That's nuts, man. I'm telling you. Did you see their team is going through a lot, man. I mean, when you have an owner that is on a boat in the French Ocean right there, trying to avoid getting a subpoena from Congress, I think that I honestly think the least of their worries is their running back, him getting an attempted murder.
Wait,
which
so
is-
now he's dodging subpoenas from Congress?
Yeah. No. Oh man, have you
Dan
not been
Snyder?
keeping
Yeah.
the track with the Dan
No,
Snyder thing?
I mean, I already knew they were a
Yes.
dumpster fire, but wow, this is
Yes.
because he must be king of dodging all types of.
No, Congress is like Congress has been trying to bring him in to talk to them because of like he was like human trafficking basically. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
with
he
the
was-
cheerleader thing, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So, but they were like, yeah, you need to come in, and they had Roger Goodell doing and he was like, I don't know how. Roger Goodell was like, I don't know how to talk to these owners. I don't know how to bring them in. So they tried to subpoena Dan Snyder. Yeah, and he's been on a boat. I think he's still out on that boat.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, out in the Mediterranean right now, trying to keep.
That's crazy. It's like, you want to subpoena me, bitch? I'm too busy being rich. Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of
He
here.
is just
Jesus
staying out
Christ.
there, dude. That's absolutely nuts.
As for my fantasy team and the Cowboys, they have parallels where I feel good about both, but not great. I feel like I got a puncher's chance with both. I got a puncher's chance in our fantasy league. The main thing that people need to take a look at, I can't remember which team exactly it is. It might be King's team.
Yeah.
But the one thing I could even show you guys are the other league I play in with him. In that league, it's so out of hand. There's too many. There's like 3 teams that are like super teams.
Yeah.
So one of those teams are going to win. They just are. The rest of the teams just don't have enough good players on them, and it's not like they have a bunch of players that are going to be sleepers either. Like just no team's going to rise up out of those.
Yeah.
I feel like King is on his way to building that in our league if people keep on trading with him and dealing to him. But right now, I think most teams still have a shot in our league. Our league's pretty because it's only year 2.
Yeah.
So I feel good about that. And then the Cowboys, I obviously do not feel good that we lost our Pro Bowl, All Pro left tackle. Literally, it's like Zeke averages a yard per carry less when Tyron Smith has been out like last year. So I can't spin that to be excited about him being out, but I think that it's preseason. It's the preseason before week 1. I think the Cowboys will still be able to figure it out, and they can still go out and they have a shot. They're not. I mean, there's so many worse teams in the league and teams in worse situations that I can't be.
There's that. That's
There it is.
that classic cowboy confidence, baby. It's right there.
That
Who
I-
are you most scared of in the NFC East?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the division. Who
Yeah.
am I the most scared of?
Because
Realistically, I think Philly.
yeah,
It's got to be Philly.
yeah, it's
But
Yeah.
but there's still. I mean, the Commanders have to do something. They're so far out of the conversation, or have been for so long, that they really have to do something. I'm never going to believe in them, even though I'm just not until they prove it.
Carson Wentz is back, man. Back
But-
in the division. You know
but-
what I mean? With Scary Terry and Jihad Ward. Not Jihad Ward. Jihad Dotson.
The Giants are. I mean, as much as I talk shit on the Giants, obviously it's fun to fuck with you guys. I think that the Giants, at least they have enough of a history of putting teams together eventually.
There's
Like-
something there.
Like they eventually put a team together. Even the Cowboys. The Cowboys are on the same boat. Now the Giants,
Oh,
obviously,
yeah.
with winning championships and stuff like that, is more recent.
You can't sleep on us.
And I think that's why Gabe. I think that's where Gabe's I would say him
Pessimism?
being pessimism,
Yeah.
where that comes from, is the Cardinals over history aren't known for putting teams together. I think there's just some organizations that are known. The Niners. They are gonna put a fucking team together. Like they're gonna figure it out. We were just talking about it. They're kind of like always in the mix. They're gonna have something.
But let me say this though: the Cardinals, you guys have had players though. It's not like the Cardinals have never had good
yeah,
teams.
but
you
there
know
was
what I
a
mean?
3-year stretch where our starting quarterbacks were like Max Skelton.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was
they're
a tough
in
time.
transition.
Like-
Then you had Josh Rosen, but
Yeah.
you pivoted very quickly on Josh Rosen, which I think is really good because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
So we wasted the 10th overall
You can't
pick
get
in
over
that
the.
draft.
But what I mean, how easy we forget the years of Kurt Warner. How many? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
it was,
He
it was 2 seasons.
He was balling those 2
Carson
seasons.
We
Palmer
were-
too.
we
Carson
went-
Palmer,
Yeah.
is doing pretty
Carson
well.
Palmer was second MVP voting. I'll give you that. And then we got absolutely demolished by Cam Newton's Panthers, who went 15-1 that year.
Wow.
Now,
Man.
now, there's a history of the Cardinals resurrecting veteran quarterbacks. However, with Kurt Warner, it was 2 seasons. They went 9-7, lost in the Super Bowl, came back, went 10-6, and got eliminated in their first playoff game against the Saints.
That was a great Super Bowl, and the Saints were on a dream season that year with Drew Brees, on the collision.
Oh,
the collision
course. A year after Katrina, dude?
Yeah, that was the collision course with
That was not
with
a year
Indy.
after Katrina.
It was a year after
No, it
Katrina.
wasn't.
2 years.
No,
2 years?
no, you guys are Katrina happened in like 04, 05.
Katrina
The
happened in
Cardinals,
05.
their second season of Kurt Warner was 09, 2010.
Oh, no.
Was that the 09? I thought that was
I was in
07.
I was in 5th grade.
Okay, maybe it
Oh,
was
okay.
09. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little bit older. I'm okay. My bad.
But I mean,
Yeah.
regardless, the Cardinals have a history of resurrecting veteran quarterbacks for 1 season or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Other than that, we don't have a history as a franchise.
Well, look, Kyler Murray is technically a veteran. Maybe we got a little resurrection coming. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Like,
he's a veteran in the same way someone who gets a Purple Heart and gets discharged from the Army is a veteran. He wasn't really there. He saw a little bit of action.
He saw enough. You know what I'm saying? He got enough. He can shake some hands and kiss some babies and throw some touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Run for Congress in 3
Yeah,
years.
man,
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, I'll give you that.
He would own Arizona if he at least won a playoff game, right?
He still owns Arizona. He's the best quarterback we've ever had in that building.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's enough reason to believe.
Yeah. How do you not believe?
Because he's not a- he's not a-
also think Gabe is not looking for like just having a winning record.
Right.
Right. For him, I mean, his other teams were the Dodgers and the Suns. So if your team is not guaranteed to go to the playoffs or like the Super Bowl, you're basically any sort of sport championship, you're basically going to be pessimistic on.
I'd go as far as to say this: we don't even have a guaranteed chance to make the playoffs.
Not guaranteed, but you have a chance.
Well, okay, in the Cardinals division, right? Okay, hold on. Cardinals division is what?
Well, we just talked about this. That's
Seahawks,
exactly,
Rams,
Seahawks, Rams, Niners.
49ers.
We don't have
okay.
a chance. The Vikings are going to leapfrog us this year.
For like a wild card spot.
Yeah, 100%. New head coach.
I don't know, man.
I don't- yeah, there's a lot of unknowns with the Vikings.
quarterback
Yeah.
Kirk
ceilings,
Cousins
yeah.
has the same stats as Dak Prescott.
Well, that's what Amari Cooper said, and
Yeah.
That's why Amari Cooper's on Cleveland.
Not in the team and everything. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think you guys could still get in on one of those wild card spots in the NFC. I mean, look, you got Tampa, Green Bay, Los Angeles Rams are like the
San
powerhouses,
Francisco.
right? San Francisco. How many teams get in? 6,
7.
7.
7.
San Francisco.
Minnesota.
After San Francisco,
Plus, you have an NFC East guaranteed spot in there.
and
So that's
wait,
5.
you think Philly?
Right.
Well, no, yeah. Well, Philly.
It's a guaranteed spot, right? Division
'Cause
winner
Philly gonna win
automatically
'cause, you know,
gets
Philly
So
gonna
4
win this
division
division.
winners, and
So-
then there's 2 wildcard spots.
What
So if
happened?
you're
I like how
competing
you-
for yeah.
I like how you're in the division and you just want to say Philly's going to win.
I was
'Cause
just
you know I'm gonna
I
be
just want to
mad.
see if you listen. So,
Yeah, of course I'm listening.
So-
Of course I'm listening.
Well, no, but I mean, then when the Giants get that wild card spot, because you guys, you're gonna have to, get another year to figure it out. But it's gonna be, it's gonna be tough with us, and it's gonna be tough with us in the playoffs for Arizona to get in there. Now that
Plus, I think
about it.
the Saints
Yeah.
probably have a better chance than the Cardinals do. This
Okay, I
year.
think when you bring up the Saints and the Minnesota, I would say the Cardinals are. I would say like the Cardinals are slightly above those two teams.
I don't know about the Vikings anymore. I really don't. I think the Vikings
but
are
dude,
very,
we can't.
very good.
But you're basically being like the unknown of the Vikings is better than something
No.
that the Cardinals did last year.
I'd say the Vikings are a known commodity in that they have they have Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson. That's more than enough to carry an offense, be like a top flight offense. You have
You're right. I mean,
one
they
of the
have-
3
they-
best
and they-
receivers, one of the 3 best running backs.
and then they have Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
But
Like,
their
they're
ceiling is
good.
capped by their quarterback, and you guys clearly have the better quarterback.
What do you think
there.
Dak Prescott's ceiling is?
I don't know. I mean, he hasn't won a
'Cause
ton of
I-
Well,
playoff
we're gonna
games.
I'd
we're gonna
say that's
see
the
it.
same
We're
as
really gonna
Kirk
see it
Cousins.
this year because of all the weapons that aren't there. You know what I mean? Now we really
Yeah,
will.
it's the bare bones right here.
It
Yeah.
really is Dak, Aaron Rodgers time. You know what I mean? Has he been doing any ayahuasca, Kenny? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm gonna see on Joe Rogan next week.
No, Kenny, I do agree with the point. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals can definitely make the playoffs. I'm not going to
Yeah.
shun that as a possibility.
But I think if they make the playoffs and they're out, let's say they make the playoffs and they're out, I think we're actually in the same position, you
Yeah.
and I, in this. That it's
First
almost
round exit, right?
it's we're looking for Super Bowl or bust. Like not like
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like if we
That's-
make it, like even if the Cowboys make it to the NFC Championship, that's because people talk about that. Like that's like a talking point, and like if they just make it to the NFC, no, dude.
Yeah, that's got to be because look what's happening with Buffalo, who just made it to the championship game, right? And now Buffalo is like the best team in the league, and according to everybody, they didn't even play in the Super Bowl. You don't think Dallas would carry that same kind of weight? You know what I mean? $8 billion in valuation. Your marketing is top notch. You guys would definitely be like everyone's already talking about. If you watch Undisputed, Skip Bayless was like Madden said we'd go 12-5, so I believe that's gonna put us in the Super Bowl. Like you guys are flipping
Jesus Christ
off of a Madden simulation. I was gonna say
typical Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
typical Cowboy fan behavior.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, you don't think that an NFC Championship game wouldn't lift the whole spirits of the fan base or anything like that? It's been 25 years, 26 years.
Losing, I mean, I guess if you went down to the wire and lost a heartbreaker or something, then you could be like, oh, we almost made the Super Bowl, but I don't know.
But if you got there, right, you're getting there with clear holes. You're missing Tyron Smith. You're missing, one of your like top receivers from last season. Like clearly,
Michael
a team
Gallup,
that like offensively regressed and like defensively might have progressed.
Well,
right?
No, because Randy Gregory left
Right,
for Denver.
left.
No, the line is actually looking a little bit better than last year. To be honest, the defensive line.
No, you signed Anthony Barr and Dante Fowler to replace.
But the defensive line's looking pretty fucking good.
I mean, it's
Micah
not a
Parsons.
wash, but like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you take two good players coming in, one pretty good, almost superstar player leaving. So,
Yeah, Randy Gregory was, he's
No,
worth both of the big guys
trust
that
me,
you
but you
got.
also
I
got young
would-
guys progressing. You got Micah Parsons in second year, then you got the corner.
Diggs.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs, who, by the way, is ranked really high on the top NFL top 100. I think he's in the 40s.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he had a great season. He should have been for that season. The
Well,
question is really going to be: is he
statistically.
going to do it again? Is he
The
gonna
question is going to be, can he handle double moves, and is he going to get smoked in coverage? You know what I
But-
mean?
It
Right,
was
'cause
it's schematic. They want
Yeah.
him to hunt picks, like
Yeah,
clearly.
Dude,
Sure.
if he gets as many picks and gets burned, if he had a replica season, I'll be ecstatic. You can get burned if you're getting that many picks, but as soon as the picks go away, if he's getting burned like that, then it's a fucking dumpster.
I don't
that's
know, 'cause-
essentially what
okay.
happened last year, though, right? I mean, that,
If-
you know what I mean?
But if
the
you're going to
picks-
guarantee that, though, let's say you're the Bengals. You got Jamar Chase. Okay, let's pick on him. How many times, is Jamar Chase going to murder him before he gets an interception on him?
Yeah, but he wasn't getting burned consistently every single play. He was getting burned just like picks, like just like an interception would be.
Well, you guys play mostly a zone, right?
Yes.
On your defense, so that's gonna help him out in not having to deal with like one-on-one receivers.
But I mean, the rate at which he was getting interceptions would put him in like the Hall of Fame conversation if he continued to do it for
Whoa.
a few seasons.
whoa! Yeah, once.
No, am I like the consist
It's
that kind of
always a little. It's
no
always
that kind of consistency?
Yeah.
I'm not even saying
Yeah.
I
I'm
agree. If
I'm
you have
being
50
pessimistic.
picks in 5 seasons.
I'm being
yeah.
pessimistic that I
Right.
don't think that that's what's going to happen. Like I don't think that.
It's
like,
not sustainable for sure.
Uh-huh.
But it begs the argument, like, has there been a player like him where statistically he's great, but like in coverage he did really poorly?
Marcus Peters, throwback a couple years ago, twice 3-time All-Pro.
But he wasn't like leading in those statistical categories.
Yeah, he was. He like led
Yeah.
the league in picks a couple seasons for the Chiefs.
yeah.
on during what? Wait, I thought he was.
I thought he was on the Ravens.
He eventually on the Ravens, but
He
Marcus
tried to fight.
Peters.
He tried to fight somebody on the.
Oh,
Ravens.
you're right.
Yeah.
He was a crazy player
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Tried to
Isn't it
fight.
crazy the Ravens just calmed him down on the Chiefs? He was like, man,
Right.
fuck everyone.
Yeah,
I'm
when
not
he
here.
was on the Chiefs, there was a game where he famously started a fight, and then Marshawn Lynch ran across the field because he was playing on the opposite team on the
Oh,
Raiders,
yeah.
and tried to calm him down during the game. It was pretty funny.
Oh, because they're because they're
Because they're friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
so
they're
yeah.
both from Oakland.
2-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time
Yeah.
second-team All-Pro, Marcus Peters.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Oh,
but I
wasn't
mean,
he
that's-
good in coverage? I don't
He
think
was.
one of
He
those,
was.
like,
He was.
liabilities.
He was
No,
a
he
bit
was
of
a
a
ball-
liability.
he was a ball
on-
hawk.
on-
He's a
Picks
ball- he's a ball
co-leader
hawk.
in 2015.
And
Yeah.
so and so I am. You guys brought this up, so I did not get on the. I'm not even. I wouldn't even bring up Trayvon Diggs. I want to do what I've said already: is just be quiet and play football. and I want to see if he's good or not again this year, how he plays the game. Like I'm not really, but we again, a puncher's chance. That's what the Dallas Cowboys have.
Yeah,
is they still have that, and they're on the positive side. Like if we're looking like top half or bottom half of the league, they're on the top half, that top side, that like up the upside. They are.
Yeah.
You have a puncher's chance of getting gang raped by the NFC East.
No, no, Lucas.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you, my wife is a Cowboys fan because she's upset with me. So she yeah, exactly. She wants me to say. She said, "Tell Kenny to go Cowboys."
Wait, how far did she take? Is she buy merch?
She's gonna put Rowdy.
Oh
in
no,
the baby.
She's pulled Rowdy out of the closet now, and she's like set him out. Like she's like, I am dead serious, and I'm like, babe, you're not. Stop playing around. Like I'm like, hey, stop joking. But she has like committed to this whole. She's a Cowboys fan.
I got to get you guys a jersey. I got to get the baby a jersey.
And I'm scared that she's gonna put it on the baby because she's like, he's a Cowboy. I'm like, do not put that evil on my son.
How long do you think is okay before you remove it? Like a few days.
What if the Cowboy? Wait, what if this happened and the baby wears the Cowboys jersey, but then the Giants only win? Would you leave the jersey on the baby? Like if you realize that every time the Giants were playing, the baby had the jersey on, then the Giants are undefeated, and let's say they make it to the playoffs. So you continuing to leave this jersey on the baby?
Now you've put me in a very, very tough position right here. And I got to be honest, man. I need to. It's not just about me at this point. You know what I'm saying? It is about it's a community. You know
no,
what I mean?
think about the future of your kid, because like if he grows up, he's 5-6 years old, going to school wearing Cowboy stuff, he's gonna get like bullied, embarrassed, like, oh my god, you're a Cowboys fan.
I know but he doesn't have to be a fan. Because he can still be a Giants fan, but he's kind of
he's young enough that you do it.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he's young. He's not going to know right now.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
What if he starts a trend where like everyone is like, if you're a hardcore fan, you wear your rivals
and your baby in the rival uniform. I think
to cover all your karmic bases.
Yeah, exactly.
If that were the trend, I mean, I'd consider getting a TO jersey just because
then it's like if the Cowboys are doing well, like I'm not gonna harm my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I gotta but I'm just saying.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So next week, I think we're gonna have homework for this week. Next week, because it is gonna be our real week 1 preview. We need to come with a record for our team. What the record? We don't have to. We'll do like a little short synopsis of maybe how you arrived to the record, but you don't have to go through every single game or anything like that.
Give you a record right now, baby. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Give it to you right now.
Wow.
Actually, I want to see what'll. Well, nothing's gonna change, right? Besides
14-3, baby. All right, now.
Okay, so record for your team and Super Bowl. Super Bowl. What 2 teams are going to the Super Bowl prediction? And okay. We could do one just because you guys I know are going to want to put the Giants in.
Mm-hmm.
You could do one with your teams, but prepare one where it's not your team.
Okay, like the real one, like when you do brackets. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so because you can't just put your team in every time.
Can we do our desired Super Bowl too? Like not possible. It doesn't have to conform to any standards of football, but just who we want to see play in the biggest game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see like the little Giants play like the 0-1 Lakers.
Yes.
in the Super Bowl.
I would watch that.
Just Shaq mowing over little kids. Records for our teams, Super Bowl predictions, and obviously I know what you mean. Like we could
Bills Chiefs, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
they're both AFC.
That's
what I'm saying. Break the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Well, they'll probably meet. Yeah.
But I'm excited where this is our last one before talking about football that really matters.
For all the marbles. You think we'll see any crazy trades before the season starts or any like crazy drops?
Well, we're in a cut season now, so teams are gonna get down to their roster. So you'll see people moving on waivers, but it won't be. I don't know if it'll be any marquee names.
I don't think anybody's super.
But there's always a couple marquee names where you're like, oh shit, like this guy.
Yeah. They'd have to be a cap casualty.
It'll be somebody like what's his name, like Kenyon Drake, where you're like that was a name, but nobody cares now.
Right.
Because he got
Ajayi.
Yeah, he got cut, and you're like,
Yeah. What if someone like Julio Jones?
he's not gonna get cut.
Nah, he just got picked up by the Bucks.
No, I know he did,
Yeah.
but like
Even
these
if-
are the types of players that get dropped.
Just throwing that out there, Julio Jones getting cut is not going to shock the world. He looked washed last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, playing for
Tennessee.
I mean, having a Ryan Tannehill throw you the ball is not going to be. No, he was injured most of the year.
Yep.
I don't think it was really up to Ryan Tannehill's fault. He
Yeah.
was just injured.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly. Washed.
Yeah, and he was on a decent enough team where you'd want to come back from the injury, so I guess he just couldn't get back.
And A.J. Brown wouldn't give him his number. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
So
And zapped all the superpowers.
yeah, that's real. That shit is real, dog. I'm telling you, man. I'm ballers. Watch that show, guys.
Hit us up at our email. Any questions, comments, concerns? It'll be in the description. And tune into the podcast. We're about to hit the season, and that means we won't be missing a week after starting now. We can't miss. We gotta
Here we
do
go.
it no matter what.
We're back.
Later, dog.